Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to Chile, Toronto. Damn, man! Who lives in this kind of weather? And is that what we're going to talk about? Sort of, kind of. But what we are going to talk about is what I learned from my aunt. Huh? My aunt? Am I talking about my Sultan auntie? Nah. We are going to talk about is what I learned from those little creepy crawler ants. And that's what we're going to talk about. On this channel, we talk about everything and anything that makes us not awesome, but the best, awesomest human beings ever. See this here? The stock market? I apply the ant principle here and in my life. What are we talking about? Not my A-U-N-T ant, rest in peace, beautiful soul, but my A-N-T ant. You mean I'm learning from those creepy crawlers? Yes. Have you seen an ant? Have you seen ants? What happens when you see? Do you learn from them? On this channel, I've always said we can learn from everybody and anybody and through nature. We are forms of gods. We are forms of gods. And when I say that, people get upset at me. One person said, "What are you talking about? You are a mini god. There's a supernatural power out there, God, the big God, which I believe in. And then people, circumstances, events, little tiny ants who come into your life, they're there to teach you a lesson." So what am I learning from my ant? A-N-T-S. Look at an ant and ask yourself this question: what am I learning from this beautiful tiny ants? Have you noticed what they do? They are amazing. Each ant has a purpose. They do not rely on motivation in their life to get things done. They motivate themselves. They know what they have to do and they get shit done. So what am I trying to say here? They are persistent little buggers. They do not stop. So here's the thing what I'm going to share with you. How do we apply that in our life? Most people are always looking to get motivated to get things done. But motivate yourself inside. How? How? Have processes in your life. Habits. See, motivation is for losers. It's just to get you going a little bit. And if you're always waiting to get motivated, you will be waiting your whole lifetime and never succeed anything in life. People who use motivation to get started and then they apply this motivation every day to get them going and create a process in your life, and guess what? Becomes a habit. Then you don't need motivation ever. They live from within and they create that habit. So they don't ever need motivation. Ants are persistent. They have faith. See, when you're persistent in your life, it is another word of faith. You would never be persistent in your life if you did not have faith. Think about what I just said. Persistency is going after things in your life. Look at an ant. Has so much faith. They're always moving. They're always moving. When obstacles are in the way, what do? They go over it. They go sideways. They'll go this sideways. They'll go underneath. But they're always moving. They're making deals happen in their life. Think about what I just said. When we have an obstacle in our life, what do? We give up. Ants never give up. They're always moving. Up, down, sideways, doesn't matter. But they have faith and they get shit done. They get their work done. This is how it works. They do not stop. They always make moves and position themselves to win. What? An ant is never satisfied. Ever. They're very pessimistic. What do? What do I mean by that? When it's winter, they'll prepare for summer. When it's summer, they'll prepare for winter. They'll always make moves and position themselves to win. In here, I make moves to position myself to win. When people are scared, I am in the market. When people are greedy, I am out of the market. Position yourself to win. Successful people use the ant principle. This is how it works. The philosophy of an ant. Be greedy when others are what? Fearful. And that's how you become successful. In other words, Warren Buffett applies the ant principle. Did you know that? He has these little tiny ants in his life, and he applies their principle in his life. And that is how he has created a big billion-dollar empire. This is how it works. Whether he does or not, I don't know. But hey, listen, we have a brain, we use it. This is how it works, my friends. Apply the ant principle and see what happens in your life. We can always learn from everybody, including those tiny little ants. So if you think I gave you value, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel so we can make this world the best world ever. Live consciously, with purpose in this moment now, and with freaking passion. Only one love, my friends. Only one love. Apply these principles in your life and learn from those ants and see what happens in your life.